Hello, everybody, and welcome to what episode are we on now? 6? 7? I can't remember. Somebody get in the comment section and let me know and tell me how I should be able to keep track of what episode number I'm on. But welcome to Lombardi Party! Wow! I am your host, Carsen Williams, and we have a pretty good show today. Packers went into Jacksonville. Seemed like a trap game I had mentioned last episode after we had just come off a big win against Houston, the two futures of the NFL, as many have deemed them. We came from a win from Houston off of a last-second field goal after a game-winning drive. And we go into Jacksonville and we have to do the same thing. Vastly different teams. Houston, I think, is a top 5 team, at least a top 10 team in the NFL, and Jacksonville is like a bottom 5, a bottom 10 team in the NFL. But we got the win all the same. We had a lot of injuries in this game. We didn't come away with that feeling of a win because it was more just mystery and unknown around the injuries. We had an Evan Williams injury. I believe it was late in the second quarter, and this defense just does not look the same without him. First time we have led up 300 passing yards all year, and we know that Evan Williams is one of our best players in coverage. He's got long arms, so he can really just reach in there and poke the ball out or get it loose. And then he's also incredible in the run, especially for a rookie. And Tank Bigsby had a good game, 18 carries, 78 yards. That's a 4.3 yards per carry. We are going to need him. Every piece on this defense is very important because I don't think we have the most depth. So Evan Williams is going to be extremely important if we hope to make a playoff push or even a Super Bowl push. Like, Evan Williams is going to have to be there. Josh Jacobs went down very late in the fourth quarter. He just limped off the field. And from what I can find, it was just a tweak. He was ready to go back in the game late in that last drive. And Matt LaFleur and the gang just told him, sit back, like, we're good. We're just going to run this clock out and kick it through. And that's what we did, and it worked perfectly. I haven't been able to find any actual information on, like, what the injury is. It looked like a lower limb injury. Like, I think I saw some people say groin. I saw some people say ankle tweak, knee. So I don't really know. And that just speaks to me on how non-important this actually is. Like, it was, like I said, it was probably just a tweak. But he's good to go for the game against Detroit. Jair Alexander went out on that last touchdown drive, the last play for the defense, to Evan Ingram. And he couldn't get up there, and he was one-legged hopped off the field. But an MRI yesterday showed that he's good. It was nothing major, so he avoided a major injury, which is really important because he leads our team in passes defended. But unfortunately, right now he is questionable against the Lions, and I'll get into why I don't think that that's too big of a deal in a little bit. And lastly, Jordan Love went down. It was late in the second, or no, I think it was early in the second half, but it was affecting him the entire time. On the very first play of the game, it looked like he hurt something there, and he couldn't really move around super well. The times he did scramble, and afterwards he was noticeably wincing and holding what I thought was a knee, but apparently it's a groin issue. The MRI for him showed that it's nothing serious. He avoided any major injuries. You saw that it was scary because when he actually went out, like, he had been in the game, playing through the pain, and then it was just an unexpected bump in the back by Trayvon Walker after the play, after the ball was way out of his hands. It was nothing dirty, I don't think. I've seen some people say it was dirty, but I just think it was a little bump, and and Jordan Love wasn't expecting it. And when you get thrown off balance unexpected and you have to keep yourself up really quick, that can put a lot of pressure on your knees, your hips. So yeah, it just looked like whenever he got off balance there, like that was it for him, and he went off the field, but he fell before he even got off the field, and it looked scary, but it was nothing serious, and he's questionable against the Lions right now, which I don't expect to win that Lions game, but I do trust Malik Willis to at least float the offense, which is what he did today when he stepped in the second half. He stepped in, and the very first drive they had to punt, and then he goes down, and now he had to actually go out and win this game. It was not just don't lose. It was go win, and he did that. 56 yards, 1 touchdown to Tucker Kraft. He went only 4 for 5, so that's at 80%. 11.2 average when he did throw. He had 1 20-yard run, I believe, on third down to keep this drive alive. Or maybe it was a first down run. I can't quite remember. And then he had that one game-winning drive at the end. Huge throw to Jaden Reed. I believe it was a 40-yard throw. And he just stepped in and ran this offense perfectly. Normally when you see backup quarterbacks come in, especially mid-game, there are timing issues, which is why maybe you'll see fumbles on snaps or handoffs. And there was none of that with Malik Willis. Everything he did was timed perfectly, protected the football, and he just commanded the offense beautifully, I thought. He also just took advantage of the loaded box when Jordan Love went down, because now they know we're handing it off to Josh Jacobs, who still was incredible this game. But Malik Willis knew that they were going to be loading the box against Josh Jacobs, and he took advantage of that. And that's not something that's easy for a young backup quarterback to just step in and do. So I just give huge props to Malik Willis. He has won us 3 games this year. Like, we traded a 7th round pick for a guy who has now won us 3 games. So, I mean, that's just a masterclass by Brian Gutekunst. Josh Jacobs had his best game of the season today. 25 carries, 127 yards. That's a 5.1 yards per carry. Elite. That is elite ball running. And 2 touchdowns. And he just carried this offense when it needed to be carried. And he's capable of doing this week after week after week. But when Jordan Love is in, we don't go to him as much. And I've seen some people say, like, look at, he's got the most touches in the NFL, which is true, but we also didn't have Jordan Love for 2 games. So I think it's pretty clear that he's used differently when Jordan Love is on the field to when Malik Willis is on the field, which he should be, because Jordan Love and Malik Willis are 2 different quarterbacks. At the same time, I think we should lean on him more, because that will load the box, which means it's easier to pass, right? If we lean on Josh Jacobs early, it sets up Jordan Love for success, especially in the play action, where I think Jordan Love is one of the best quarterbacks in the league. And then like it's just a balanced attack. The defense now doesn't know what we're going to do. We need to lean on Josh Jacobs more, even when Jordan Love is in the game. Not because Jordan Love can't handle it, but because it just leads to better offense. Josh Jacobs is really, really good at football, no matter who the quarterback is. So I just want to see him do more of this. Our defense, I was a little disappointed in. Like I said, we had that injury to Evan Williams, which I think is just a lot worse than just one player going out. He's a safety, and he's really already a captain of this team, Evan Williams is. So I love the guy's game, and but it does suck when he goes out to see how this defense is just completely changed. 390 total yards of offense. Trevor Lawrence, who had not played very well up to this point, had a good game. 308 yards, as I mentioned, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. and a 9.6 average. That's really, really good. But there's still plenty of positives. Edgerrin Cooper, 9 tackles, 5 solos, 1 sack, and 1 forced fumble. I think he only played like 38 snaps, I want to say. Not a lot of snaps. And he still did all that. I mean, that is incredible production, especially from a rookie. He just continues to shine every single week. And I don't know why he doesn't get more more snaps, more chances. I really think that give him 3 years, 2 years even maybe, and he's going to be he's already a top linebacker in the league, but I think he's going to be an all-time great when his career is all said and done. And I'm excited to watch him. Eric Wilson, 9 tackles, 5 solos. He has shined while Quay Walker has been hurt. And Isaiah McDuffie's 8 tackles, 4 solos. That's our linebacker trio with Quay Walker out. Just really manning that middle of the field. And we even saw Edgerrin Cooper drop back 30, 40 yards to I think, I can't remember who it was, maybe Christian Kirk, to stop him from catching a ball. I mean, these 3 have been incredible in Quay Walker's absence. Really, really carried our defense. Xavier McKinney had another interception. That's his 6th on the year in 8 games. Just unheard of stuff, really. And he's leading the league in interceptions. He also had 6 tackles, 4 solo, and a pass deflection. Javon Bullard, our rookie nickel, 5 tackles, 4 solo tackles. Keyshawn Nixon, 4 tackles, 3 solo tackles. There were 2 more people with 3 tackles, 4 more people with 2 tackles, 7 people with 1 tackle. I'm not going to go over all of those people because that would take a long time. And you had Devontae Wyatt, who had been injured for a while, get the fumble recovery. The way he just bumped that offensive lineman out of the way. I mean, I was laughing on the bed when that happened. It really looked like musical chairs the way he just shoved him out of the way and dove on that ball. He had been out and he got a lot of pressures in this game, I thought. And he's just a really, really good D lineman. I mean, maybe the best on our team. Like, you have Rashawn Gary, who gets chipped every single time he's in the game. But Devontae Wyatt has missed, I think 4 games now. He's missed a month. And he still leads our team in sacks. So that says a lot about him. It was a very complete team win. When you have 4 of your best players, 4, you could say top 10 players on the Packers go down. Josh Jacobs, Jordan Love, Jair, and Evan Williams. Granted, Jair and Josh Jacobs went out late, but they still went out, and we still found a way to win. This team, going through adversity like that is what makes great teams great. We could go in and we could win convincingly every week, and then once we get to the playoffs and we play a good team, like, we don't know what to do when the game gets close. What do we do when we're not leading? Well, we know what the Packers are going to do. They're going to lock in and they're going to get it done because they've done it. I think 2 times now in 2 weeks. Last person I got to shout out. I didn't really want to talk about this guy. He is, I believe, still under investigation, not by the NFL, but he's in a law case for SA, and I didn't really want to talk about him, but he is on the Packers, and he has won us 2 games thus far. So yes, he's an upgrade from Anders Carlson and from Narveson. So that's that. We're going to move on to the Packers-Lions game. I don't have very good hopes for this game. I don't know if Jordan Love is going to be back. And if Jordan Love is going to be back and we don't have those explosive, and we can be explosive with Malik Willis. We did it multiple times. We had an explosive Josh Jacobs run. We had an explosive throw to Jaden Reed. He had an explosive run himself. So we can be explosive with Malik Willis. I just don't think we can keep up with this Lions offense. with Malik Willis. So we're going to need Jordan Love back. But even with Jordan Love, this Lion team is a juggernaut. They have a really good secondary. At least Brian Branch has been really, really good. And their pass rush has been getting home. Even without Aiden Hutchinson, their pass rush has been getting home. And that's just on the defense. Their offense is what really shines. Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, those are the foundations. I mean, the O-line is really the foundation, but Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery really run the show. I think they put up, 52 with Jared Goff not even throwing 100 yards last week. Like, that's scary is what it is. When you don't need your quarterback, supposedly the best player on the field, to play good. And it's not that he played good, but just game managed, and you put up 52 points, that's terrifying. I don't think they're going to be able to do that against the Packers because I like our defense. I like our secondary. But it's still, I don't know if we can keep up with that level of offense while our offense has also been hurt. So, like I said, I don't have high hopes. Jordan Love is going to have to come back. Josh Jacobs is going to have a great game, like 100, 125 yards, a touchdown, maybe even 2 touchdowns. And Jordan Love is going to have a great game. If he isn't, he's going to have to cut down on turnovers, because if we turn the ball over to this team, they're going to score off of those turnovers. So, I mean, it would have to be 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and a touchdown by Josh Jacobs as well. I don't have a lot of faith right now just with how battered this team is. Fortunately, it doesn't make too much of a difference. Right now, we're second in the division behind the Lions. If we lose to the Lions, we'll probably be third after the Vikings beat the Colts. I'm not worried about our playoff picture. We'll be 6-3. We're still a really good team. And we have the bye coming after this game, which would give us a chance to rest our guys, get them healthy, get them right, and then energized for the game after that. So I am not too worried about this game. I'm not worried at all about the season as a whole, as long as Jordan Love can stay healthy for the rest of it. Because, 2 injuries this early is very scary. I'm not here to say that he is injury prone, or that Malik Willis is going to have to be the number 1 or anything like that. But Jordan Love being out does change the trajectory of this team. I'm going to predict, I think Matt LaFleur is going to have a really, really good game plan going. I think Jeff Hafley will have a really, really good game plan going. I'm going to predict that Evan Williams is back. I think Josh Jacobs is going to be back. I'm going to go ahead and say that we're going to be playing this without Jair, which is unfortunate. And I'm not ready to say anything on Jordan Love yet. With Jordan Love, I'll say that we'll lose 34-28. 34-28. And with Malik Willis, I'll say we'll lose 27 to, let's say 27-19. Because when Malik Willis is in, then Packers take a lot longer time with the ball. Not so much as a gunfight, as it is just slowly, meticulously march your way up the field. So yeah, I'm going to predict a Packers loss either way, because these Lions are just one of the best teams in the NFL right now. And I think they should probably be the favorite to win the NFC North. I think they should be the favorite to win the NFC. And I would hear a real argument for them to be Super Bowl winners. So it's still early in the year. These Packers are going to get right. I just think it would be best to keep our expectations low this time. And that's my show today. I know that we ran pretty low, only 20 minutes, but it wasn't that great of a week to talk about. The Jaguars game, just a weird game where I thought we could have been better and they should have been worse, but sometimes that's just how it goes. And then this Packers-Lions game, it is a divisional matchup and it's a super important game, but I think that the chips are kind of stacked against us right now. And that's okay because it is week 8 and we've still got 8 more to go. And we got a bye week coming up. So we're going to get right, and this Packers team is going to be great. So just hang in there, guys. Thank you so much for watching Lombardi Party. If you want to see more of me, go on the Boom Broadcasting YouTube channel, and you can find all of me. You can also find all of Shannon Smith, Podcast Smitty, Michael Davis, Sean Lucas, Aaron Schneider. The list goes on and on and on. So just tune in. Hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, because you don't want to miss these. We know what we're talking about, and we want you guys to know what you're talking about as well. So thank you all for watching, and I hope you watch next week, and I'll see you then.